Star, been on the air almost 2 years now, to exposing the left's massive disinformation machine, the big symbiote we call it. And the machine's working. I wish it weren't, but it is.
I want to talk about Joe Biden in Kyiv.
The liberal media picks a narrative which is reinforced by the Democrats and the swamp, and anyone who calls them out is then accused of spreading disinformation by the actual machine spreading disinformation itself.
Oh, how the right-wing Magasphere melted the fuck down.
Have effectively a blank check policy with no clear strategic objective identified.
But it's not just exposing the lies of commission they do, but there are also lies of omission, in other words, what they don't cover.
Is exposing what some of the biggest names over at Fox really felt about Donald Trump, even as they pushed his baseless claims of election fraud. A just-released court filing also claims that anyone who veered from the stolen election narrative faced sharp pushback. This is all coming to light in Dominion Voting Systems' $1.6 billion lawsuit against the network.
It's over for them. And they know it.
But just saying it's an open-ended blank check, that is not acceptable.
Ukraine is grateful to you, Mr. President, to all the U.S. citizens, to all those who cherish freedom just as we cherish them.
Just showing how difficult this was from a security perspective. This is a US president going into a war zone not controlled by the US military. Previous presidents have gone to Iraq and Afghanistan as modern comparisons, but those are areas controlled by the US military. It's the extraordinary risk that was taken here, but the US President Joe Biden said it was important to show that solidarity with Ukraine on the 1-year anniversary of the Russian invasion.
They are absolutely horrified that it's over for Putin. And we know it.
But Russia's aim was to wipe Ukraine off the map. Putin's war of conquest is failing. Russia's military has lost half its territory it once occupied. Young, talented Russians are fleeing by the tens of thousands, not wanting to come back to Russia because they see no future in their country. Russia's economy is now a backwater, isolated and struggling.
That's the disinformation machine. Hard at work, every day, screwing you over. There are so many more examples where the liberal media will do this. They pick a particular narrative, or they tell you a story, not the story. And this is why I imply this thing I jokingly call the Bongino rule. I say it jokingly, but I mean it. Wait 24 to 72 hours after a story breaks before running with it, because I can almost guarantee you, if it's a story that reflects negatively on Republicans, it's probably fake, and it's probably the liberal media spreading disinformation.
They're so stupid, and they are so disconnected with what the American people want, that they are literally going to lead us into World War III. And I don't want to be on that train anymore. I am not interested in it, and neither is anyone else.
You said, quote, "For all my concerns about Facebook, I believe that Fox News has had the most negative impact on our democracy. It is state-sponsored propaganda." Do you still believe Fox News is state-sponsored propaganda?
These are your words. What about Fox News is state-sponsored? You know, you talk a lot about private actors. Last I checked, Fox News is not part of the government.
You're one of the few people that tells the truth like the American people feel and talk and think on television that I ever see, telling the truth. And I'm trying to say the same thing in Congress, but yet we're the ones that are supposed to be for Putin. I don't think so.
And then she made the same statement in Russian for her people back home. Thank you, Comrade Green and Comrade Carlson. Thank you for...
They are a wholly owned propaganda wing of the Republican Party. And everybody knows it.
Quote, "Mark, the president needs to tell people in the Capitol to go home. This is hurting all of us. He is destroying his legacy," Laura Ingraham wrote. "Please get him on TV. Destroying everything you have accomplished," Brian Kilmeade texted. Quote, "Can he make a statement? Ask people to leave the Capitol. Sean Hannity urged.
Yeah, I've subpoenaed Hunter Biden's laptop.
Regarding Hunter Biden's laptop.
Hunter Biden's laptop.
Hunter Biden 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 laptop.
Maybe Hunter Biden's laptop is the GOP's safe word.
And then, when they're proven wrong, take a look at this.
Would have done that during one of your rambling hour-long phone calls instead of staring at you dead-eyed like tourists watching two rats hump on the subway.
Kind of left you hanging there, right? And then when they're proven wrong, what happens? You get full-throated apologies? People tune them out on the left? No, they love it. They love being lied to. This is the disinformation machine. All those stories you just saw were fake.
Please excuse my language, this is a direct quote, but Chrissy Teigen referred to Donald Trump as a pussy ass bitch.
Okay. Free speech. And what happened after Ms. Teigen posted her tweet? What did the White House do? What did the Trump White House do?
From my understanding, the White House reached out to ask that this tweet be removed.
So this is all totally backfired in a spectacular fashion. I mean,
What we refer to as the Hunter Biden laptop story.
And apparently, the Republicans work for Vladimir.
The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer.
We are a pro-America populist party rooted in conservative principle with Donald Trump as our leader.
We're in favor of an America First economic policy, an America First foreign policy, and that means doing what's good for the American worker.
The Republican Party is the party of steel workers and construction workers and pipeline workers and taxi cab drivers and cops and firefighters and waiters and waitresses and the men and women with calluses on their hands.
People like Ilhan Omar, she wants to, crack down on corporate greed when it comes to rails and the privately owned sections of rails. But really what we have to do is we have to make sure that our rails are safe.
Rail industry donors delivered more than $6 million to GOP campaigns before Trump rolled back the braking rules. And yet,
Hunter Biden's lawyers, as recently as last week, wrote the Department of Justice about Hunter Biden's laptop?
I don't know why AOC isn't dressed in white and crying for the dead whales that keep washing on the beach from wind farms that are being placed all over the ocean.
And then there's drug legalization. Liberals push to legalize marijuana, high THC content, and even hard drugs is an unfolding societal and environmental disaster.
One of the most prominent themes that we hear from both elected Republicans and candidates has to do with what is called wokeism. I wonder if we couldn't begin with a threshold question, to wit, is President Biden woke?
I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Is that Woodward or Bernstein?
This Hunter Biden laptop story, which is just the gift that keeps on giving for Republicans. Just look at these pictures, man. Just weeks before the 2020 election, the New York Post exposed the whole scandal. The Biden family corruption was all over the laptop, on emails, pictures, Hunter's pictures. We can't even talk about him on the air. There may be kids watching.
I must say, just like Joe did, that it's not all of them. Just some of them. But it's damn sure all of Fox News.
There are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plant. They have said that this has all the 5 former heads of the CIA, both parties, say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage.
Even Vladimir Putin agrees with that.
Joe Biden marched on to the White House, selected by the media and the disinformation machine.
Republicans want Putin to win because they want Biden to lose. And just like Putin says, Fox News is on point.
Lib media did its job, gave America a big double-barreled middle finger, which I do right now, but there might be kids watching. But did hiding that story like the Lib media did make a difference? Well, only if you believe in polls and stuff.
This ABC News poll asked a very simple question. What do you think about this committee? Is it legitimate? Is it an attempt to score political points? It's not even close. 56% say it's an attempt to score political points. And I come back to the point that I often raise, which is that voters are not as stupid as people in Washington seem to think that they are. They understand what's going on here.
The reality is they're just helping the enemy. Because that's who they are. The enemy. And if you don't believe me, Marjorie Taylor Greene says then it's time for a national divorce.
Substance of Hunter Biden's laptops.
And voters would have changed their vote had they known about this massive scandal. The disinformation machine did its job, hard at work. Fast forward quick, 2 years later to the present day, liberal media outlets suddenly are admitting.
The President congratulates Senator Scott on joining the post-State of the Union red wave, as we have seen from Republicans, acknowledging that they are, in fact, been attempting to put Medicare and Social Security on the chopping block, because that's what they are actually saying, that they were indeed attempting to do that. So for the past year, and we have the facts, the past year he has explained the absence of an exception by saying, if it's worth keeping, we're going to keep it. But make no mistake, his true colors are undeniable and on the record. They have been speaking at both sides of their mouths here.
Marjorie Taylor Greene says, it's time for the states to secede. The red states, that is.
Gone woke. Disney is going woke.
Our healthcare system is going woke.
Investments going woke. The famed French cathedral going woke.
Microsoft Word is the next one to go woke. One of America's favorite candies is going woke.
Victoria's Secret is going full woke.
U.S. Census Bureau, apparently it's going woke too.
Pizza Hut has gone woke. Walmart is going woke.
The NFL is going woke.
Baseball is going woke.
The National Hockey League is apparently gone woke. Cambridge Dictionary, they're going woke.
Google going woke.
AI programs have gone woke.
The Army is going woke.
My Little Pony is going woke. Captain America going woke.
Minnie Mouse is going woke.
Wordle is going woke.
Video games going woke.
Woke media.
Woke agenda.
Woke algorithm.
Woke universities.
Woke prosecutors.
Woke Pentagon. Woke religion.
Woke apocalypse.
Guess who's going woke? The Muppets.
So fascinating about this story is the divide in the country. Republicans think it's insane that they're forcing identity politics into Legos. Democrats are upset that they didn't make a drag queen stripper.
Weird how this whole thing works, right? Now that there's no penalty for it.
If you don't love America, there's the fucking door. Don't let it hit you where the good Lord splits you. Fuck you, you traitorous cunt.
Some Soviet tool, whatever dopey thing he had to say.
So I'm at a good place to stop, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
You know I have 2 watches on.
What happened to love it or leave it? I heard that for years. These are blame America first Republicans.
But we are under attack in a left-wing culture war we didn't start and never wanted to fight. Every day we are told we must partake in their rituals, salute their flags, and worship their false idols.
It just speaks to this question of what path is the Republican Party going to take here?
Even this fraud just changed his tune too.
They are so stupid and they are so disconnected with what the American people want that they are literally going to lead us into World War III. And I don't want to be on that train anymore. I am not interested in it, and neither is anyone else. You're one of the few people that tells the truth like the American people feel and talk and think on television that I ever see, telling the truth. And I'm trying to say the same thing in Congress, but yet we're the ones that are supposed to be for Putin. I don't think so.
And then she made the same statement in Russian for her people back home. Thank you.
These are pro-Soviet cultists.
That is hilarious. Really, Jimbo?
We don't agree that you have one. Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong. We brought in WSB TV and we let them see the full run of tape.
Why did they put the votes in 3 times? You know, they put them in 3 times.
Mr. President, they did not put that. We did an audit of that and we proved conclusively that they were not scanned 3 times. Mr. President, we'll send you the link from WSB that does.
I don't care about a link. I don't need it. I have a much better link.
Got my own Wi-Fi, got my own links.
These are anti-freedom trumpets.
Well, the damage is already done, folks, so there's no real penalty now. Meanwhile, conservatives were silenced for spreading the story, and we were called disinformation, folks, just for calling out the left and their disinformation machine. And worse, we might be paying for our own censorship from the disinformation machine.
Fulton County DA Fannie Willis has asked the judge to keep the report under seal, citing concerns for, quote, future defendants.
We think for future defendants to be treated fairly, it's not appropriate at this time to have this report released.
And mega corporate MAGA media are a bunch of fucking maggots eating the shit left over from Trump.
Working to censor Americans? You know, I have an app on my phone about the Constitution. We have that First Amendment thing. That doesn't sound right. Let's just recap quick here, right?
News from Georgia. Moments ago, a judge in Fulton County, Georgia, released parts of a report submitted by a special grand jury investigating efforts by Trump and his allies to overturn his 2020 election loss.
In it, the grand jurors write that they believe that at least one witness may have perjured him or herself, and they encourage the DA to seek appropriate remedy there, presumably in the form of an indictment.
I wonder sometimes if it's some kind of a man bites dog situation.
Big media suppressed the truth about the Hunter Biden laptop story.
You may have collaborated with U.S. intelligence community regarding stories that y'all didn't want the public to see. So namely, what we refer to as the Hunter Biden laptop story.
We're going to go into Hunter Biden's laptop.
There's a lot in that laptop.
FBI subpoenaed Hunter Biden's laptop.
Regarding Hunter Biden's laptop.
Hunter Biden's laptop.
Hunter Biden's laptop.
Hunter Biden's laptop. Hunter Biden laptop.
Hunter Biden laptop.
Hunter Biden laptop.
Hunter Biden laptop.
Hunter Biden laptop.
The laptop from hell, right?
I wonder sometimes what came first. The chickens or the egg? Well, they say you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And that is my mission. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal. Y'all take it easy.
The disinformation machine, led by the lib media, picks a narrative. The swamp rats and the media goons all push the narrative, backed up by their fake, phony fact checkers who censor you. Meanwhile, anyone who questions them is accused of spreading disinformation until the left finally retracts what they said. But by that time, the damage is already done.
Like and subscribe and help me do it. Fuck Fox. Fuck the Republicans. I'm almost to 1,000. Help me make it happen. Y'all take it easy. I'm Zachariah.